pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight.
Good morning, dear listeners out there. You're welcome to yet another interesting edition of our newspaper review, coming live to you from our studios here at Power 365 Online Radio, your #1 online radio in Ibadan, Southwest, and in Nigeria. My name is Olamide Adeniji, and I'm bringing you headlines from Daily Independent. Okay, so we are, here we are following the Rivers State political crisis, back to back. So that's the first story I'm going to bring to you, and this headline is saying Fubara vows to probe Wike's administration. Assembly confirms that Gogo Iboroma as commissioner. Power sector privatization, FG's worst policy mistake. That's coming from Labour. And this is saying no Nigerian child will be excluded from quality education. That's coming from President Tinubu. CSOs ask Nigerians to rise against apartheid policy in power sector. Tinubu orders MDAs to secure CNG powered vehicles. FEC adjourns meeting, concludes deliberations today. Tighten grip on nation's enemies, Sanwo-Olu tells armed forces. Obi meets Atiku Saraki Lamido over hardship faced by Nigerians. CBN governor says interest rates would stay high until inflation is tamed. Edo warns against dragging Oba of Benin Palace into politics. Report of missing 7 hunters in Anambra is fake news. ICPC case, court adjourns court convicts mother of 5 for forging late Abba Kyari's signature. Where partners in progress, Uzodinma tells National Christian Pilgrims Commission. Governor Mba awards full scholarship to 17-year-old aspiring pilot. Rivers lawmakers condemn arson on Assembly hallowed chamber. FCTA issues 24-hour demolition notices to illegal markets shanties. BATN Foundation highlights 20 years of empowering rural farmers for sustainable future. NIMASA launches revealed minimum wage document for seafarers. Niger seeks federal government's right-of-way tax credit scheme to reconstruct Lapai Gulu Muye Federal Road. All right. Okay, this is another interesting story saying illegal mining activities. Oyo confirms arrest of Chinese, 30 others, closure of market. All right, I'll bring you these stories and more when I return. Just stay tuned, don't go anywhere. This is your Power 365 Online Radio.
News and insight. This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight.
You're welcome back. I'll start with the first story, which is from Oyo State. This is saying illegal mining. Oyo State confirms arrest of Chinese, 30 others, closure of market. Oyo State government on Monday reaffirmed that the Soro Market Kishi in Irepo local government area of Okeogun region of the state will remain closed indefinitely following activities of illegal miners in the market last Saturday. Just as the government confirmed that no fewer than 32 persons were arrested, including 2 Chinese nationals, during a raid of illegal mining market in the area. The state deputy governor, Barrister Adebayo Lawal, during an operation against the illegal miners at the market, ordered its closure and immediate evacuation of all illegal structures and shanties built across the market and the precious stones. Okay, so that's on page 4 of the Daily Independent. Illegal mining activities. Oyo confirms arrest of Chinese, 30 others, closure of market. All right, let me quickly go to Rivers State, where Fubara has vowed to probe Wike's administration. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has hinted on plans to set up a judicial panel of inquiry soon to investigate how the affairs of governance were conducted in the state before he assumed office, ostensibly referring to the administration of former Governor Nyesom Wike. Governor Fubara gave the hint at the swearing-in of Mr. Dagogo Israel Iboroma, SAN, as a new Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice at Government House in Port Harcourt on Monday. The governor, in a statement signed by his Chief Press Secretary Nelson Chukwudi, said he was bringing the Attorney General on board. Just a minute. He said he was bringing the Attorney General on board. Okay. That there were lots of legal matters that needed to be tackled with bravery and courage. Yes, that's Governor Fubara further said, "Let me also say this, you have a big task. We will be setting up a judicial panel of inquiry to investigate the affairs of governance, so brace up. I am not going back on it." Wow. Okay, so that's from Governor Fubara. Like the Yorubas will say, they'll say, Fubara ti binuton, the man don't vex. Okay. Alright, so let's go to this next story. Nasarawa governor launches luxury ride buses to ease transport. In a bid to reduce the high cost of transportation fare for the citizens in the state, Abdullahi Sule, the governor of Nasarawa State, on Monday launched Nasarawa luxury ride buses to address the cost of transportation in the state. The governor made a disclosure in a statement signed by his Senior Special Assistant on Public Affairs, Peter Ahimba, and made available to journalists in Lafia, the state capital. Alright, so you may read more of that story. It's on page 28 of the Daily Independent. It says, Nasarawa governor launches luxury ride buses to ease transport. Okay, so this next one is saying, Keyamo canvasses equitable pricing for Nigerian travelers. Mr. Festus Keyamo, the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, has challenged foreign airlines operating in the country to ensure equitable pricing for Nigerian travelers. Alright, that's also on page 27 of the Daily Independent. All right, so let me quickly see this. Check this out. They're saying cleric urges government to enforce new price control template. The founder, Holy Trinity Authority Prophetic Church, Ado Ekiti, Ekiti State, Prophet James Omitade, has rated the palliative distribution policy midwifed by the federal government to cushion the effect of spiraling inflation abysmally, saying that it has failed to have positive effects on Nigerians. Okay, that's coming from a cleric in Ekiti State. You may read more on that to know to have a full gist of what the cleric has said. Minister of State for Youth Development sets up task force on programs implementation. The Minister of State for Youth Development, Ayodele Olawande, has set up a task force for the purpose of implementing youth development programs with the various stakeholders. Okay, you may also read more on that. Crude oil theft. NSCDC uncovers 2 illegal pipeline connection points in rivers. The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps has uncovered 2 illegal bunkering sites in Rivers State. The NSCDC spokesperson, Babawale Afolabi, in a statement on Monday, disclosed that the sites were located at Odagwa Owaza riverside boundaries of Rivers and Abia State, while the other was at Eche local government area of Rivers State. Okay, grab a copy of the news of the Daily Independent to read more on that. All right, so Guba polls, INEC chair tasks political parties on preparations registration. Chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, convened the second regular quarterly consultative meeting with political parties at the INEC conference room in Abuja. The meeting, held on Monday, focused on key electoral processes and upcoming events, particularly the governorship elections in Edo and Ondo State. All right, that's also a vital event, upcoming event that we will be following back to back from Power365 online radio, and we would also be bringing you gists or bringing you updates on what is happening on Edo and Ondo State Guba elections. All right, so Rotary Club of Aqua. Okay, I'm now reading that. The next story. Okay, look at this. There's on the Daily Independent. There's actually an opinion on page 22 which says Rivers political crisis, Fubara Reeves as Wiki likely retreats. Okay. All right. So X-raying U.S. Nigeria binational commission built on strong foundation. And okay, so let me also bring this. Keyamo 6 installation of dedicated power line generating plants at Kano Airport. The Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Mr. Festus Keyamo, has appealed to the Kano State government to facilitate the installation of a dedicated power line at the Malam Aminu Kano International Airport, Kano. The minister also sought the assistance of the government in acquiring 2 additional generating plants to supplement electricity supply at the airport, stressing that this will eliminate consistent power outage at the airport and smoothen air travel experience for passengers and other users of the airport. Okay, so that's coming from the aviation corner of the Daily Independent. Pick a copy of the newspaper to also read more on this. And Okay, so let me also, okay, there's this motoring page of the Daily Independent. If you wish, you may grab a copy of the Daily Independent to read more on some cars, and especially for those that are car freaks amongst us, you may pick a copy to read more on the cars that are on display on the Daily Independent. All right, LASA unveils amnesty program to enhance signage registration payment process. Okay, LASA's head of strategy and corporate communication has said that. Okay, that's coming from page 13. I'll read more. Okay, let me look for the major headline. Okay, LASA unveils amnesty program to enhance signage registration payment processes. The Lagos State Signage and Advertisement Agency proudly introduced the LASA amnesty program, a groundbreaking initiative aimed at streamlining registration and payment processes for both new and existing signage owners, according to Prince Fatiu Akiolu, Managing Director of LASA. The LASAMP initiative is designed to provide seamless registration and payment options while promoting adherence to signage regulations. Pick a copy of the Daily Independent to read this. This is I hope Oyo State Signage Agency will take a cue from this. Yes, take a cue from Lagos State Signage Agency. And let me also bring you this. It's saying police apprehend man for kidnapping, killing a 6-year-old cousin, throwing a corpse in well. Oh, that's sad. NDLEA sets up special squads to tackle drug dealers in Abuja. That's the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, said it has set up a special squads for the dislodgement of notorious drug joints, arrest of drug dealers, seizure of drugs, and procurement and prosecution of offenders in the Federal Capital Territory. All right. So you may read more of that story. It's on page 8 of the Daily Independent. And this is saying no Nigerian child will be excluded from quality education, coming from Tinubu. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has reaffirmed his commitment to ensure that no Nigerian child is excluded from quality education. The president insisted that his administration's policies geared towards putting a stop to gender-based violence and increasing learning opportunities for girls in safe and conducive environments were still on course. Okay, you may read more of that story on page 4, page 7 of the Daily Independent. And then let me also bring you this, which says FEC FEC adjourns meeting, concludes deliberations today. The Federal Executive Council meeting, usually presided over by President Bola Tinubu to deliberate critical national issues, has been adjourned till today. The meeting, which commenced on Monday, was adjourned till today to allow cabinet members conclude on deliberations. All right, read more of that story. Tinubu orders MDAs to procure CNG powered vehicles. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has mandated all government ministries, departments, and agencies to begin the procurement of compressed natural gas powered vehicles. A statement by Ajuri Ngelale, Special Advisor on Media and Publicity to the President, said the policy was in line with the commitment to ensure energy security, drive utility, and cut eye for costs. And there's actually this story which beckons to so many people's interest. It's been viral since yesterday, and the story is that Peter Obi meets Atiku Saraki Lamido over chip faced by Nigerians. Okay, so you may read more of that story on the Daily Independent. Okay, before I go, Titans grip on nation's enemies, Sanwo-Olu tells armed forces. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has called on members of the armed forces to keep their focus on the restoration of peace and stability across troubled areas of the country. Okay, so at this juncture, I'm going to call it a day. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening to Power Online 365 newspaper review. Today, my colleague will bring the Yoruba version in just a jiffy. Do not go anywhere. Stay glued to Power 365 online radio. Until next you hear from me, do have a blessed day, and remember that it's good to be good. Good night. Goodbye.
This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight.